Hey, what is happening, guys? This is Orka from Orkas Gaming Tech, and today we are benchmarking Once Human. It is an online shooter survival game, free to play, and we're trying to get 4K 60 FPS. By the way, this was one of the games that was suggested by one of you in the comments. So 4K high settings, native. So we're getting 40 FPS, right? 40, 44, 42, 43, not bad. 7.4 gigs of VRAM usage, and GPU wattage is above 110, and usage is around 97 to 99%. That is what I like, 99% usage means my GPU is getting stressed to the max, which is fantastic. I mean, at least, right? You're not having any kind of bottlenecks. That is a very good sign. Okay, so this is the RTX 5060 laptop, tough F16 2025 model. It is not even a desktop, so I think for a laptop it's pretty okay. It does something maybe like a PS5. I don't think the PS5 can do 4K native in this game, right? So now let's do some DLSS quality settings and see what happens. So DLSS quality, let's see whether it boosts the FPS to some extent. Yeah, it does. When I changed the settings, there was a few stutters that you might have seen. So we are now in the 50s, 50, 60, 57, 58. Okay, and we enter the hut and we are in the 60s. Not bad. So we hit the first 60 mark. Okay, the VRAM usage just goes down to 7 gigs, which is absolutely fantastic. And GPU usage is still high. CPU usage is pretty low for this game. At least I think when the server is full and a lot of people are there, I think the CPU usage might go a bit higher, but I don't think that high also. So mid 50s for DLSS quality. We'll also try balanced in a bit. Okay, so let's try DLSS balanced now. So quality balanced, apply, and yeah, we're immediately in the 60s. So this is one of the best ways to play the game at 4K, I think. If you have a 5060 laptop, which is fully powered, by the way, that means 100 watts and can boost to 115 watts. Okay, you should be able to play this game at 4K 60 with DLSS balanced at high settings comfortably. And if you tweak the settings some more, you might get better FPS, but I think this much is fine. And even in balance, it looks pretty crisp, so I'm quite happy with this laptop. We'll also do a bit of 1440p game testing, right? Because that might give you the high FPS that we are looking for. Yeah, so 1440p native high settings. Okay, this is probably for because we have those big boss fights and PvE and PvP and all that, right, where we need better FPS. So yeah, in those scenarios, yeah, this is good. Upper 80s to mid 90s mostly. I don't know whether it'll stick to that or not, but this is quite a barren area, but let's see. Still better than having less FPS. It goes to the hundreds also. So you can assume or think like maybe you can get around mid 80s in 1440p native high settings. And we will also check how much of a boost DLSS performance, DLSS quality gives, and whether it's worth it, and how good the image quality will be, right? That is also very important. So as of now, 100 and mid 90s, so let's say an average of 90 FPS, slightly more than that actually. 1440p native, which is actually very good. This kind of high frame rate, I doubt the PS5 could do. I mean, people might be thinking, why is this guy dunking on the PS5? Even the Xbox. Okay, so let's go to DLSS, and we will use quality settings first. Okay, so since I did this benchmark in DX12 mode because only in DX12, remember, you will get some of the NVIDIA features, right? You might not get all of the NVIDIA features, so DX12 was important for me. So we are comfortably above 100 FPS, not like we're getting 120 or something like that, but just around 100 and 100 above. So we are dipping to 90s, up high 90s also, but fine. This is even more smoother than I thought. It's quite good actually. And now the VRAM usage is significantly low, 5.8 gigs or so, which is perfect for 8 GB card. And this is the laptop version. Remember that the desktop might do like at least 8 to 10% better. Also, I bought this laptop because the laptop and the desktop are pretty similar, just like around 8 to 7 to 10% max difference, not that 20 and all which people say. So the laptop is actually pretty good. And now let's try DLSS balance, right? To see what the image quality is also like. If it is good and if it gives a lot of boost, it is absolutely incredible. It looks okay. I mean, it's not as good as quality. You lose some of the finer detail, but that is on your choice, whether you want to have that detail or whether you want 120 to 117 118 FPS constantly, at least 110 above. That would be, I think, better than getting that little bit of finer detail. So this game is absolutely playable at 1440p, in fact in high frame rates, and 1080p definitely will be playable, and 4K 60 FPS you can get. So if you like this video, like, share and subscribe to my channel. This is Orkas Gaming Tech. I'll see you in the next video.